7th. And I'm back at it. So, last night I managed to miss him twice. And it's really no big deal because, for a lot of reasons. Number one being, he had no clue what happened. He walked over to the edge of the field and then he turned and started to come back. Then he hung out for probably 5 minutes or so, pecked around a little more, and flew up to roost right here in the same tree he's been roosting in. So he may or may not be a little leery. That's why this evening, yesterday I had no decoys. I've got one feeder hen out here, and that's it. Because as much as he gobbled yesterday and strutted and spit and drummed, it was amazing. None of his hens came out to him. And that's the first time since the season's opened that I've heard that bird gobble. So, that, coupled with the presence of several other birds, I think my odds are fairly good still by being back in the same spot and having the hen decoy out. I'll see what happens. I sure doesn't get any better than this. I'm running a call that I made. I make my calls every year. And this one works fairly well. I need to make a different one. I like a little more rasp, but I can make it sound like a turkey. That's all I care about. But I really don't intend to do much calling. I really don't want to put much pressure. I want to have as minimal amount of pressure on these birds as I can. And the last 4 evenings have shown me that I haven't bothered them at all. As a matter of fact, you'll see in the video, when I took down the blind here on the edge of the field, that bird was roosted in this tree back here, probably about 75 yards away. And another longbeard actually flew into the tree with him. So I haven't, these birds aren't pressured. And I like letting them do their natural thing. I mean, of course, who doesn't love a bird coming, gobbling in your face? But, oh, there he is. He's right here. times. That joker showed up while I was doing my intro. I looked out here, and he was less than 10 yards from the blind. He's right out here in the field. That didn't take long at all. I took my focus off his body, his head, and the color of it. And in my brain, I got halfway in between his body and his head. I could do this all day. So that was quick. Wow, and I'm pretty sure that's the bird I've been after. But we've still got a lot of daylight left. So I'm gonna just sit back, relax, and see what happens. All it takes is a jake or a couple of jakes or another longbeard to come over here. He might be a little leery, but I think he'll come back. No harm, no foul. Right-handed with my recurve, a shotgun. It'd be all over. It was my choice to go left-handed longbow. And I'll put in all the work necessary. He's right here. This just goes to show strategy. Getting familiar with the birds, learning what they're doing, where they're going, where they like to travel. I never made a peep. I came out here and popped my decoy out, sat down, started to do an intro, which I normally don't do. But this is an awesome story to tell, and I want to share it with as many people as I can. The road that I'm on, all the struggles, misses, and everything in between. I'm doing my intro and that joker's standing 6 yards, 8 yards away. I didn't want to move the camera, and I was hoping he would keep stepping over, but he's a smart bird. And fortunately for now, I haven't put him even remotely close to death, so he doesn't feel threatened. that being said, we'll see what else happens. I can't stress enough, strategy. And also, that right there is the best example that I could produce for right now on how heavily turkeys rely on their eyesight and a visual. Like I said, everyone loves to have a bird screaming, coming right to you. But when the birds stop gobbling, you're striking out. You can't strike birds. You got high winds that want to move your blind. I've had this blind blow over with me in it before. Flipped me right over on my back. It was hilarious. Camera set up and the whole nine. But anyways, a strategy. Just because birds aren't gobbling in their typical areas does not mean... I mean, it could mean they moved off, but when you figure out the routine the turkeys are carrying out, you set up on an interception route somewhere along there, and a lot of times, I mean, you don't have to call. That bird very easily, I mean, he would have came out in the field and fed around. It just so happens I have the feeder hen decoy out, and that drew him in a little quicker. That's where it's 6 and 1, half dozen of the other. Having him walk by on alert, even when I'm doing my intro, I think that would have played out differently, but that decoy got his attention, and that's all it took. He's a very dominant bird also. Like I said, all it takes is another bird to come through here, and he's going to try and run him off. And I'm not picky. That old boy is definitely not had any brushes with death when it comes to me. But it'd be kind of bittersweet at this point. I love filming him. But anyways, I can't stress enough, strategy, scouting. You have to, it walks hand in hand with deer hunting. If you're limited on time, you work a full-time job, you only get so many days vacation. You only get weekends or evenings or whatever, and you want to kill a bird, There's nothing wrong with popping up a blind, throwing out a decoy, and just don't worry about calling. Call if you need to. They're all tools in a toolbox for hunting. I can't believe that joke. That was amazing. First 10 minutes of being here. So it is 5:18. Sunset's around 8:34, somewhere in that vicinity. A lot of things can still happen. Still a lot of possibility. Can't get discouraged. Have fun. Milk it for all it's worth. In the essence of respect for Mother Nature and the birds. When I say milk it for all it's worth, I mean you get that bird gobbling, you make him gobble until he doesn't gobble anymore. He's spitting and drumming, let him spit and drum. That's what this is about. Stay tuned. Anyways, yeah, the blind doesn't seem to scare him at all. I think those turkeys are completely oblivious to the blind, and I don't think that they've made the correlation between. I mean, I've got 2 misses on him last night, if it is the same bird. And all that commotion and everything, I've got the blind in almost the same spot. I've moved it over to the left about 10 feet. But there's a hay bale here, and I've got the blind right up, backed up against that hay bale. And they're not scared of the blind whatsoever.